In the Greenhouse All-Stars, 18 legends of the game return for one more run at the crown. They're here to rekindle old battles, find new names for themselves, and maybe, just maybe, be crowned the best player in Greenhouse history. 4 seasons have all led to this. Each week, 3 All-Stars will enter the Greenhouse, earning power in deciding who goes home each cycle. Players in the Greenhouse designate which players are vulnerable at each week's banishment. Additionally, players are able to earn seeds, the in-game currency, and the vulnerable players can use those seeds to buy their way out of precarious situations. Alliances must be forged, lies must be told, and at the end of each cycle, someone has to go home. It's the ultimate game of negotiation. Do you strike now or save your power for later? Do you rescue a valuable ally or do you hang on to your seeds? 18 enter, 1 will leave. This is the Greenhouse All-Stars.
Is there anyone y'all feel is like, ah? And if you don't have if you don't really have a vibe, that's okay because I kind of don't know what I'm gonna like.
For me, it's not necessarily an individual, but I think groups
Mm-hmm.
maybe, and I think targeting people who have strong allies early. So
That's fair.
People that are just really well connected
Yeah.
and have those buffers.
Mm-hmm.
So people are obviously looking at like Thomas and Shakira as a strong duo, but I think they're looping in Shane, and I think they were hoping to have Maddie.
But
And
now
so
that
that's
one's
why,
still-
like, Shane and Shakira are especially pissed if you are looking at facial expressions.
Oh yeah, I know. I could read the room.
Yeah. I can't. I was told this information. So, personally, for me, that's a group. That's more power centralizing
Mm-hmm.
than I want to see, especially because that's strong players having strong bonds.
Mhm.
And that is just...
And that's what I'm like mostly trying to keep my eye out for at this point. But still in round 2, like I don't know if I'm in a safe enough position to like go after a powerful group like that because if you can take one out, there's still
So
there's still 2, 3, 4,
At
5,
this point-
however many of that group. So like
if you wanted to do that, I think you would have to work with Jessica and like all 3 noms be within that group.
and I love Jessica, but we haven't talked
yeah.
a ton. We kind of just we're like we'll touch base before noms and like
Yeah.
I won't put anyone up that's gonna hurt your game. You won't put anyone up that's gonna hurt mine, essentially. Or like, will this piss you off if I do this? Like that's kind of where we're at. But I don't know how much overlap we have between each other. If that makes sense. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know where Jessica's head at, but I was like, go girl, get your coin. Like,
When I got put up, I was in defense mode and I was like, okay, I'm gonna stick with my people. So I kept talking to you and Abrielle and Brandon, and I didn't give a fuck about the Venus flytrap. And it seemed like half the cast did. So honestly, that first round was so hard because I was pitching to people who were worrying about something else.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna solidify the people I am vibing with. And honestly,
Yeah.
it's you, Abrielle, and Brandon. Like literally, y'all are my saviors. Me, you, Abrielle, Lily, and Brandon. I feel good with them.
Okay.
They were supporting me the whole time last night.
Great.
Lily, Meredith, and Brady. I feel good with them, and I wanted to let you know I feel great with you.
Yeah,
Like,
I do too.
I legit.
And I have not heard your name at all.
No, I'm not worried about this round.
Yeah.
I feel like we're good. I
Okay.
just wanted to make sure I told you how I feel because I feel completely safe with you.
Great.
And listen to this bullshit.
What?
Dylan told me that.
I'm a little bit afraid of Dylan.
I do too. He told me that Brody was thinking of fly trapping, like not irrelevance, but he said people who aren't necessarily all-stars. This was what verbatim what Dylan said. I was like,
That's rude.
I was on the block though.
That's real.
Dylan asked me for a one-on-one and said this. He goes, I went up to Brody, and Brody told me, I'm speaking as Dylan, Brody told me that he wants to put up non-all-stars out on the Venus flytrap. He wants to vote someone out on the Venus flytrap as a non-all-star. I was like, I don't even want to talk to Dylan because I felt I didn't have Dylan's vote anyway. But he was like, you want to have a one-on-one? I was like, I'm on the block, sure.
Yeah.
He told me that, and then he said, here's what I think Brody thinks. And he listed names. He said, you,
Me?
swear.
Wow.
Like, this doesn't leave you, me, and Abrielle,
Okay.
and Brandon, okay? He said, you, Abrielle, Brady,
That's what Dylan said?
Dylan said that.
That he thought Brody would want to eliminate us?
Yeah.
Or that he would want
Well, he perceived y'all as the non-All-Stars that Brody was talking about. That's what Dylan said.
Ooh, wow. Sorry.
Because he has said earlier to me that he's looking to get the lesser players, if you catch my drift, the less all-star-ish players out early to let the dogs do get out. I think that was his direct phrase. Yeah,
Interesting.
which makes me think he may go for someone like Meredith, Abrielle, or even Jessica, actually. Just someone early. I don't know if he'd do Jessica just because I think
He said those names?
No.
Okay.
He said that he would target someone that isn't as big of a name, in a sense, to let the bigger names go further. Which makes me think one of those people.
And I wouldn't lie about that because if I make a big lie like that early, I'm fucked. I trust you completely, honestly. Like, I trust you, Brandon, and
That's
everybody else. So I'm gonna
spicy.
tell you all that.
That's very spicy.
And then Brandon was, of course, gonna be professional. So.
Yeah.
But look, we're here. I'm still here.
Yeah.
And I'm open.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We gotta look at this. Really, only need numbers. That's the hard thing. About
Yeah.
You need big. You know what I mean? Like you need bigger numbers to sway a vote.
Start saying.
How do you feel about, because I know you talked about like starting slow socially. How do you feel like your social game is going so far?
I feel like it's going pretty well. I've had really good conversations with a lot of people. A lot of people saying they're willing to work with me. Some offer stronger than others.
We know I'm going to work with you.
Yeah.
And I am hearing that my name is coming out, but I have not heard that about you. So,
Yeah. For me, the most unfortunate thing is that my strongest offer came from Gavin.
damn.
He was like, "You're my number one. I'm locked in with you. It doesn't even have to be reciprocated, but I'm putting all my bets on you."
That's crazy.
Yeah, he said that's just his general strategy. Choose a person, go all in.
I felt good with him too. Yeah, that's why I'm going to talk to Abrielle because I feel like.
She does not have really any sense.
Okay, so I need to get in there.
She was receptive to what I had to say. I'm like, here's a group forming. That might be a little too powerful if they're left alone.
If you don't.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
We're on the same page.
Because I can't remember. Shakira is the one who told Brody to buy her.
I thought you and Maddie were working on a periphery basis, and based on your reaction, I don't think that is the case.
What do you mean by periphery?
Like, I thought y'all knew that people knew y'all were close outside the game, and were keeping each other at an arm's length, and working with each other, but not closely, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Based on your reaction this morning, I don't know if that's the case.
It's not.
So that is my fault, and I apologize for that, because I thought that was going to be the move that made people not be hurt.
Okay.
Clearly I was wrong.
I defended you for 4 hours yesterday.
Yeah.
Because everyone said that you play a messy game, and I said, I
have no
like
proof.
him.
Yeah.
I was like, he was always nice to me, and you made a deal, and you broke the deal. I'm pissed off.
That's fair.
Because, and also, like, hearing you explain that, from what I gathered in the room, you got her out because you contradicted yourself, and she called you out.
So, and I confirmed this morning, part of the reason is she gave a seat to Ross, and I genuinely did not hear any other name until Thomas said upstairs that he was coming after him. I thought Ross was coming after me. Everyone I talked to said Ross is bidding against you to come after you. And I had heard that she had given a seat to him. Ross confirmed that this morning. She made the choice to go against me, where Gavin, Ross, Ava, like the whole season forecast, went against me because I said I'm voting one of them out. And they had a 1 in 4 chance it was them.
I get that. Now that you've explained it, I get it. Like, they were doing it out of necessity. I get it. But I also am not going to sit here and say, like, I didn't feel blindsided. Because I
For
did.
sure. No,
You saw it.
yeah, everyone felt blindsided.
Right.
And it was a mistake in that sense.
Yeah.
For sure.
I think the ones who were really considering voting me out last night was Shakira and Thomas.
Shakira was campaigning to get you gone. And it is honestly because they see you as more of a threat than Brady.
Thomas was there too? Saying that?
I don't know if
It was
Thomas
mainly
was in that
Shakira.
conversation. Shakira was the one who pulled me with someone else. God, it was such a long night. I don't remember every conversation.
Yeah.
But a little group had amassed. But she was the one, like, literally on a stair above all of us, campaigning against
me out.
you. She was saying, leave Gavin, so it's a season 4 guy who gets fly trapped and not a surprise. Brady is too messy, no one really wants to work with him,
Get Christian out.
yeah, just go for Christian. He's the threat. He's the one who can make it far. He's manipulative. He'll play the middle. All the the usual narratives against you. And
Honestly,
yeah.
I'm actually not playing the middle because I've picked a side. I've
Yeah.
picked my people. Was nominated round 1. I picked my people. I am not right in the middle of this game.
Hollywood transferring
I'm
mine back. That being said, I've been in multiple conversations where the vibes has been the girls and the gays are on the same page.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Y'all know y'all are good with me.
I feel like she's on a lot more similar page than she may know with all of us.
Yeah, like I don't really know how much overlap I have with Jessica, but I feel good about being able
I
to.
think
It does look really good.
I think she's probably going to want to be in the majority, or like in the consensus.
She's gonna
I
want to be in
guess.
the consensus.
And the girls and the
Absolutely.
gay, the girls
And the
gay
girls and the gays are on the
consensus.
same page.
I know that you said you've been floating around conversations and you've heard Brody, and we're all probably thinking a similar thing as the target for this week. How do you feel about being able to put him there so that he doesn't get the seed? To potentially
You know we
uproot
would.
himself.
You know, literally everyone would back you. And that being said, Jessica might be like, "Well, now I nominate 2 people and they come back," which I get that perspective, but it is Allstars.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna come back at some point. I'm back.
Like,
from
I
the dead.
was low-key,
Hello.
shoot, I'm immune. I was gonna say I would put myself up there as a pawn if I knew 100% that the target was Brody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
you're a winner.
I
And I'd rather have
think
you both.
because
I'm scared of that.
I think it'll be likely. Now this is me not talking to Jessica yet, but so I think because she took the bigger power of
You would let her
Sunflower,
pick.
then like
That's fair.
if she wants to take the easier person to put up
Yeah,
Brody, then
fair.
I'm gonna be like, okay, like
There's no need.
thank
to fight
thank
back.
you for like taking
Yeah.
the bigger thing.
Yeah.
I saw.
So that I didn't have to because I didn't want to put 2 people up.
Let's pitch to her people that like are not really on anyone's radar. Like who is
Meredith.
no one bothered by right now? Meredith is a good person. Maybe Lily, no one's helped.
She doesn't need
But who do
it.
you want with the
No. Lily. Shit. What?
Who do
What
you
does
want
it
with the
mean?
seed?
See,
I would trust any of you with the seed, but
I
I
wanna go up
also
again,
I
yeah.
know you don't want to go up.
And I
I
don't.
don't
I
feel
don't
like
want you to go up.
I don't want you
either.
to go up, but I also feel like no one's pressed by you. Like I don't think anyone would.
I have not heard your
anything
name.
from you.
my thing. Okay,
I'm for you,
I'll
sorry.
tell you the person that I'm thinking, but I don't want this to spiral out of control
Deal.
by me saying a name early.
Okay.
Um,
We know that is strategic,
like it is strategic, but it's also
but it's
like,
not like personal target.
like
at
in
all.
it's not a personal target. It's just like in the chaos of last round. I feel like I got to talk to everyone at
Yeah.
least at some point, but some people it was like you guys. I saw you guys a lot, and like we talked, or not a lot, but like I saw you
More
guys
than
pretty
others.
consistently
Right.
and like chit chatted. There are some people that I saw maybe for 2 seconds in a group and never saw them again for the rest of the night.
And that's a justifiable reason.
Take
Yes.
take that easy way. That
Take
is
the
a
easy way.
that's a
It's
less
round
easy
2.
way, but
Like at this point, there's one person that I like barely exchanged any words with.
say it quick before someone. I'm sorry. Down.
Oh, yeah.
Down
That'll be
boots.
okay.
Yes.
And
Say
that's-
that again.
and I-
Say that again.
Trick. And I
Yeah.
think that that's someone that no one's thinking about right now.
No.
He
But
also
that's a stellar player. I don't know how much you guys watched
He-
that season.
he was planting that seed in that conversation. I think I told you about it, where he was like, the leading the charge of season 4 is Thomas and Shakira, and I said, no, it was season 1, girl. I am up to my season 3 antics, but this time I'm not in power, so it's able to be, I can do it in a quieter way. In therapy, I learned this thing, it's called +1, so if someone tells you something and discloses something, you +1 it, so you share something. But that has been my big thing, is vague statements to get them to disclose information, and then I will disclose information, because I do not want to make promises too early, and I don't want to get blindsided by a group who just sees me as being volatile. The season 3 girls are like this, and I think people know we're working together. I don't think people know the extent. But that being said, I'm sorry guys, but I am planting the seed when people ask me and saying, well, there are duos in that, and I feel at the bottom. I don't actually feel at the bottom. The pulse, I'm sure you've already heard it. Brody, free target.
Yeah.
And Abrielle, I just talked to her, she said if Jessica wants to be the one to do it, she can. If not, I will do it. So she's going to talk to you at some point about it.
Oh, LOL.
Because she wants you, that's the easy out. That's the easy way out this round.
That's like the most obvious. Yeah.
And so, I also think, I keep hearing the girls and the gays are on the same page right now.
Oh, LOL.
Think about
I'm not going against the cis male.
These treaties. But think about it. Last night we squirmed because Christian unnecessarily bit on Uproot, right?
Yeah.
Brody and Ross got in a bit off
Yeah.
for Flytrap. We could have ended that round 2 hours prior and sent someone packing.
And then I had nothing upstairs. I had nothing from upstairs and did not know that Maddie and Brody got not into
I didn't know they got into it
but
either.
just that disagreement, obviously. Brody was like, so.
Yeah. And I just want to throw out, I don't know who Claire's blocking. I feel like I will literally tell you the names of people who are on board and would vote.
And that's,
It's like, I would. I think Ava would. I think Shakira would. I think Dylan would. Because he knows that 4 is going to be scrambling. Shane would. Thomas probably would. Brandon probably would. I really think that it could literally be a unanimous vote. But that being said, if you don't do it, I think Abrielle will do it. But she just told me she wants to let you. If I go in next time, I want you to know your name will not come out of my mouth if I end up with a nominating power.
Sweet. And I would love that because I, too, am not down for throwing you under the bus. Like, yeah. And our Venus Flytrap girl's gonna stay together.
We gotta, and Ross, he is one of the straight boys, but that being said, he's also a Flytrap sister, so I'm like, I do want to give you a chance to not.
I don't know, like people have mixed emotions about Ross, but I really like Ross.
I do too. He just was so good at his game, and that's scary.
Yeah. I think if Brody's on the spot, he's definitely gonna bid and retaliate for Uproot.
That's exactly what
and
I was
don't
going
want
to talk to you
I don't want
about.
to give it to him. Yeah.
So far as
So I know that.
seed management or whatever, you can use a seed count if you want. However,
Right.
I was kind of just gathering intel who the other people in the game who also have a lot of seeds.
Yeah.
It could potentially be a good idea to put up because we could wash seeds in a bidding war.
Yeah.
So I know that because Ross was betting last night that he has at least 5 or 6 because he was betting. So he would be potentially like another good person to to get those seeds out of play or whatever.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna put up Brody, knowing that he has a lot, like it's almost vital that
it
we
would be so smart to put both of them up and let them bid war over it.
Yeah. Like
Shit.
you have to put someone up there with him that also has enough seeds to you have to put someone up there with him that has enough seeds to bid. If not, he's guaranteed gonna get it and he's coming after you, and I don't want that.
I know.
I want you to stay.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. It's that I not only want to put a target on my bag for Brody, but I'm not gonna give him what he wants, which is like I think it's obvious to put him up there, and which is what I don't want to do.
Right.
Like I just don't want to play into anybody else's game.
Right. The only people that really stand out is like Ross and Brody. And I know Christian doesn't have a lot because he just uploaded himself.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking maybe Patrick might have some seeds or may have given his seeds to help either the Uproot or the Flytrap bid or whatever. So just keep that in mind as a potential person that is in the pockets. They're in his pockets to be able to get seeds from. So and also Dylan was one of the ones that gave up information that Ross was the one with a lot of seeds, which you would think that he would want to do that because they should be on the same team.
Right.
But it came from his information. It came from the horse's mouth. So I
can't. So Dylan, if you watch season 4, Dylan completely threw me under the bus, and that was complete blatant lies. And it's I get it. That's a way to play the game. I hear you. But that doesn't I cannot come into this game thinking that he won't do the same.
Yeah.
I meant everything I said yesterday. I'm
cool with you. That's
I like you. I like Lily and Thomas. Yeah. Those are my that's my core of where I'm gonna try to stay. I am not coming after any of y'all at any point today, no matter what the situation.
No, it's all right.
I will say that your name did not come up last night for some of the Venus Flytrap because half it. I was told by different people that people need to go up for Venus Flytrap, and yours was one of the few that did not.
Okay.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. That makes me feel better because it was, even though I told people yeah, you can rank me low, I don't care, whatever. I was dead last, so it scared me a little bit. But I tried to brush it off because I did say, if you need someone to put at the bottom, I don't care, and I think that was helpful.
I feel like we have the same people.
Yeah, we have similar.
We have a decent amount of overlap. There is someone that I don't think a lot of people are paying attention to that barely has talked to me at all. Yeah.
I think that
I don't want him in this game.
I think that's gonna
I
get him
do
right
not
off.
want
Like
him
I don't know how much
in this game.
you did your homework, but I did my homework.
Oh,
and, like
I just know how he is in games. Like
mhm.
it's just not something that I want to work with. I know I can't trust him, and I know he's fully willing to like take a slice at me.
Mhm. So you feel that?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. That is like music to my ears.
Yeah.
Based on the names I'm hearing, I would like to vote.
Okay. What names are you hearing?
I'm hearing Brody, Christian, Patrick.
Why do you want to vote? Like, who do you feel some kind of way about?
I'm just least. I feel like I keep saying this name, and I don't want to get to him. I'm least connected to Patrick. I can't trust him. I know he would come against me.
Mm-hmm. So you want to use this vote to prove that I'm not coming for you, Patrick. I'm not coming for you, Christian. I'm going
I
for
want to
Brody.
I want to get Patrick out.
Do you feel like you could garner a strong enough campaign towards
I mean,
Patrick?
who has the votes otherwise? Brody?
Yes.
Brody would help
Like,
you campaign
almost
to get
you-
Patrick out.
Okay.
He would. And he could probably change a lot of minds.
Are a lot of people just
But
voting Brody out?
not a lot of, yeah, from what I've been hearing, everyone's like, target Brody, target, you know.
I feel like I haven't had a lot of meaningful conversations with people because last night I was immune and my vote was blocked, so no one really wanted to have strategy with me.
Mm-hmm.
And the conversations people are coming up to me and having are like, I'll take a banked vote now.
Mm-hmm.
So powers aside, I have no idea who feels good about me, who doesn't feel good about me.
Right.
Like,
Jessica feels good about you.
people are still saying that you said my name. Like, people are coming to me
People
and
are
saying,
still saying that?
well, what I wanted to ask is like, because rumors were started about y'all last night. You were in power last night. I would appreciate assistance in taking heat off my back if people start talking about this is my second time in the greenhouse.
I haven't
heard
even
that
noticed.
at all.
Until you said it.
I think people
So, Aura,
forgot.
not
I didn't
saying
I did not realize.
Oh, I know.
forgot.
I've been putting it out before people
saying
can.
that I'm coming for Claire.
I've
You
been
heard
putting. I've been
No.
putting it out before people can talk about it behind my
Oh,
back.
I
Like
haven't
I'm
heard it.
clarifying, and I have 5
Have you
people.
heard that?
That you were coming for Claire? I
Yeah.
haven't.
No.
I have 5 people that can attest to the fact that on that cardboard, I didn't want to get into the greenhouse this time.
Yeah.
I did it to be a team player because Abrielle and Jessica did.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think the focus is on either of you two at all.
I don't think so
I
either.
don't
I
see
don't think
it.
that's an issue, but I just don't want to become an issue for us.
Yeah.
Right. No,
Because
I
it's not
agree.
true. We're all good.
Yeah.
Do you want to make your pitch?
Can I say something really quickly?
Yeah.
Claire is making up some fucking
100%.
shit.
100%.
Saying that people are going to her. She's just saying that to like get
Nobody
in with
is.
you. That is fucking. I can't think of one
every
possible person that would ever
15
say
minutes
that.
she comes up to me and says that, and I'm like,
She told us, okay, 2
What?
things. She told us, she goes, I'm only giving my blocked vote to people who will use it to help me later in the game. I said, oh, okay.
That's why I don't want her to block my
I said,
vote.
I will. You can block me.
ow. I mean,
I'll
I'm
use
not
that
gonna
for the
I
rules
would do it.
And then the other one, right? Wait, you would help her?
Yeah.
I think that
I mean, she's not first on my list to help, but
You're
if push
too
comes
loyal,
to
girl.
shove,
we gotta
If
get
push
that.
comes to
We gotta get
shove.
down in numbers, and I think that she is going to try and make us not trust each other so hard as it goes on. She's already lying. Dylan's already lying, and being messy about it. I don't think we need to get her yet.
No.
Not at all. Like,
But I want to say, because I just really want to hear like your honest opinion, and it's because like I too, like I really like you.
I know.
And it's
feelings mutual.
Okay, cool. Because everybody's like, you know, like you can't really tell, and I was like, I don't know, I'm vibing, I feel it, I'm here.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. So with you though, I'm telling you that just the top. Of course, the obvious target for the whole group is Brody because of what happened last night, and that is just obvious.
Right.
I'm not saying that's my target.
Right.
Because that is the exact person I'm talking about. Is like I'm not going to play into.
Right. For sure.
But then the second person with the most seeds, I think, would be you. And you don't have to confirm or deny.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. I was almost certain I was going home last night with the fly trap, and so
right.
in my little vote thing, I voted for her, and then I was like, by the way, Holly, give my seats to. I think I had 4, and I gave 2 to Gavin. And 1 to Dylan. I was like, I'll hold on to 1 just to like, in case I don't. That way it didn't get. And so the seeds that I gave Gavin got burned.
I think the feeling's mutual right here going forward.
Yeah.
As in, like, you know, if you didn't have any T right now, like that's totally okay, and it's further in the game.
Let me say this though, I
Further in the round.
fully intend to get in the greenhouse next round.
Nice.
And if you don't put me up,
Mm-hmm.
just know that I will remember that. And you won't be going up.
I think that's and that for me is a solid plan. Is that I do not favor you putting you up on the block this round.
Good.
And for next round, like whatever challenge it is, you know, whatever we're doing, like I would further go to support you however we can. Of course.
I will say there's like a handful of people that I feel like I didn't see as much last night. So those are the people that I'm more considering. Like we haven't connected as much. So I'm not gonna sit here and promise that I'm not gonna put you up, but I also don't want to say I'm not putting you up or I am putting you up before I like talk to people, because it's not just you. Like it's not like Patrick's the one who doesn't talk to me, and it's not because I would want you out, and it's not because like there's not really anyone that I have a target on right now because it's round 2 and last night was a shit show. And I feel like the only easy person to put up is Brody, and I feel like Jess is gonna want to do that.
Okay. I mean, is there anything like you're looking for from me as far as like people that I'm working with, people that I feel that are against me, or?
I mean, anything's nice. I mean, if there's anyone you don't want to see go up, or like
that, like there are groups of people who are more tightly aligned than other groups. Because like personally, for me, I think I just had my first conversation with someone that was like, maybe we can work long term. And they told me that, and I was like, that's so comforting and reassuring because I have not had that in the 6 hours we played last night.
Yes, well, and like we played for 6 hours last night, and there was 18 of us, and it was chaos,
exactly.
and that's why like the only thing I really have to go off of is like, have I talked to you? Like, have we been on the same page multiple times? And like, if we just haven't run into each other, it's not because we didn't want to play.
We're not like-minded. It's
it's just because there's a shit ton of us, and we were all over the place.
And Dylan told me, Brody came up to me, I'm as Dylan. Yeah. Brody came up to me and said he wants to fly trap someone who's a non-deserving all-star. Non-deserving.
Sounds like me.
He said you, Lily, Meredith, and Maddie. And Maddie went. Sorry, Brody didn't say those names. Dylan said he perceived Brody to say those names.
So he's trying to throw, and that's why he did in his season.
Dylan said that.
That's what he did in his season.
I don't think Brody said that. I think Dylan was trying to push that narrative.
And then you're so right. He did that so many times in his season. It never got clocked. You can't use the same tricks.
You cannot.
2 seasons in a row.
And look, that didn't leave us.
Absolutely.
But I told Lily and Meredith because they were also
fair.
We also heard that Dylan has said our names.
I just wanted to come. I literally came over to talk about that.
That's so funny because
Dylan's one of the people that is barely talking.
I wanted to let you
know. Just so you know, that's affecting us, so we certainly wouldn't be opposed there.
Were you told that I was in that too? Because
I think so, yep.
I was told that we were considered not worthy of All-Stars. Us and Jessica.
T.
Dylan. He has. Okay, I know Dylan from outside this. I swear when he gets into games, he just like has word
He just gets evil. He's so good at it though.
But it's not.
You can't do the same tricks 2 seasons. You can't use the same tricks a second season in a row with all returns.
We all did homework.
Yes.
Some more than others, but like we.
So my name's been thrown out by Thomas and Shakira, which surprising. I felt kind of good with Thomas, but I think that's like his power in the game is that everyone feels good with him. And then I wasn't really targeting Shakira, but now I kind of have to. So I'm in the process of trying to split the house down the middle, but not be the person who's like forcibly doing that, which is a fine line to walk. But I feel like we have the numbers. I could be nominated, but I did just hear some incriminating stuff about someone else. So hopefully Abriel takes that and just nominates them so I can chill. So I heard there's a straight guy narrative.
Oh, really?
That could be a problem.
Just that apparently the straight guys are causing chaos.
I think you got prime suspect number
one. Quit stigmatizing all of us like that, bro.
But no, I just told him one male whose name starts with a T does not want to work with either of you.
Never liked him.
That didn't come from me.
Obviously.
If Brody doesn't go home this round, we can start fighting Thomas and Shakira.
We need to form the sides.
I agree. But like, I genuinely think if that was sort of split right now, they would have the numbers. Who would be with them?
The thing is, anyone who's in the middle is going to go with them.
They're safer.
They're the safer choice. They're not the safer choice, but they're perceived as the safer choice.
Perceptively, they're the safer choice.
Okay.
Because they're not the backstabbers.
I know.
Because they didn't use the fly trap.
Yeah.
But it's not even that.
Okay, but like, I'm not to bring up the narrative again, but do you feel like you have season 4 over them?
What?
Do you feel like you have Dylan and Ava?
To get on my side?
Yes.
I trust season 4 more than I trust most people at this point, because at least they were honest to me last night.
I think Thomas has Ava.
Really? Yeah.
I think we can get Dylan.
Oh, I think
He banked her vote, and she gave a seed to.
And she's the one that tipped him off that I was thinking about going after her.
That's wild.
I know.
She's snaky.
It was the best. She's an agent of chaos. I love her so goddamn much.
I think we could also get Claire, Christian, Meredith.
Yeah.
I think that's the pitch.
I think if we wanted to get the numbers, we could, but we need to start working.
I think we need to start working.
We might have. I can't believe I'm doing this. I'll lock in the final 2 right now.
If I hear your name, I've been telling you, even if I can do nothing about it, I will do everything in my power to do something. I will shoot myself in the foot to try and save you.
I don't want you to do that. But I think that, I don't know if there's enough. I think you and I are both pretty good at this. I think last night showed that we're both pretty good at it. And I think if we work together, I think we have a very good chance.
Stop us.
Yeah.
Agreed.
After last night, I'm not in a great spot. And so I'm having to do something that I really don't want to do, which is ally with Brody. And we may or may not have just said that we're going to take each other to the finals. I'm not sure how loyal I'm going to be to that, but at this point, I don't have a choice but to do something desperate because Thomas is going to try to get me out. That's just a fact. And Thomas is going to sway a lot of people to do that. And Shakira's going to do the same because that's what Thomas is doing. So I think we're going to have to try to introduce some chaos to this. And even though he's the last person that I want to trust, I kind of don't have a choice. Circumstance pushed us to this situation.
What are you thinking? Who are you feeling good about?
I feel good right now. I mean, kind of like I don't know. I feel pretty good about almost everyone, but anxiously so.
Yeah.
I think it was I feel good with Christian, which I can't believe I'm saying, but he told me that you helped him with the uproot, and I was like next in line to also help, and would have truly because I think it was too early for him to go.
Yeah.
I feel good. I've talked to Thomas. I really haven't talked to Shakira a ton. I feel good with Ross. Just from we touch base every now and then. Who else is playing this game? Brady is really trying to work the room and try to get us. I think being on the block so early really scared him. So I'm trying to right now I am just I'm pruning and trying to keep everyone's kind of at a good playing level.
I did hear Shane is very interested in you.
Oh, and then Shane and I have talked a lot.
Okay, great.
Well, not a lot, but when we do, it's hey, it's all good and good faith.
You're the man of the hour.
That's what I've heard. And I don't.
This Queen of the Hill shit.
Okay, so I think everyone's saying me, and I think everyone's saying me.
And let me tell you that I think it's obvious, and I hate playing into obvious. So for me, you're not
I don't think it's the right move. And because here's the thing.
I agree.
The reason people are telling you me
is
because
obvious.
they want to get me out without the blood on their hands.
Yeah. For me, I don't want you to be one of my nominees.
Okay.
And that's what it is. So, and what I've been doing, and that's why I don't like this Queen of the Hill stuff, is because my nominees would really go off of the momentum of who's scrambling down there. I want to know that momentum. So that's what I really want to feel. Of course everybody's coming up and wanting them to be safe, but it's kind of I want to know who's not the obvious, because they say you, but one thing I know is that you don't put a pin on someone that can get out of it. Does that make sense?
No, for sure. So,
and that's where I'm at, is that I think that you can definitely maneuver around it, and I'm not.
We'll see. I don't know.
It's
I
just
would
that,
prefer not.
Yeah. So then, let me Uno reverse. Who do you think should be up there? Who?
Shakira has not looked at me or talked to me once today. She will not look at me. I think she was closer with Maddie than I thought.
Honestly, I like Shakira.
That's fine.
But
and I'm not saying you have to put her up.
No, at the same time, it's that, right, I have no idea.
I think she's really close to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And as soon as she is gone, the game opens up.
Yeah.
And it allows you, because I don't think anyone, maybe I'm wrong here, I have not heard from anyone that they want to work with you long term.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're saying, let's keep Jessica around and then add jury.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's the right move.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think as long as someone like that who has inroads with everyone's in, it doesn't allow you to get in that inroad. You know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Do with that what you want.
Yeah.
I know you want Patrick to go, but think about the two people that are nominating. We like them and we want to work with them. If Brody stays in this game, he will come for them.
No.
You don't think so?
Brody is not coming after Jessica and Abrielle.
I feel like he goes after people who come for him. That's why he went after Maddie.
No.
You don't think so?
The people he wanted to go for never went for him. Maddie was his backup plan, and it's just because he could explain it.
But he couldn't. No one believed anything
he could
he
explain
said.
it. He didn't have anything to say about anyone else.
This is my thought. We are the second Brody is out of the game, we are the next
Big.
We are going to be targeted. That's point one. Point two, Christian in no picture wins this game. If you go to the end with Christian, you win against him.
Every time.
Every single time. The only game he won is because he won a fucking chess game, okay?
There was no votes, yeah.
I think Patrick is least connected to people, so it's not like waves are being made.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that he has the ability to slight me for sure, and possibly you too.
What do you want to see happen?
I would like to see powerful groups dissolve.
So who, if you don't mind me asking, there is one person who will not talk to me today. Two people who will not talk to me today, who have avoided me, will not look me in the eyes.
Okay.
It is Brady,
Mm-hmm.
because I talked trash about him last night.
For sure.
Not even about him.
Mhm.
He was just a bystander. I don't think he's worth the fly trap. Sorry, Brady. Not that impressive. The other person is Shakira. She will not look at me.
That's on my list. Yeah, she and Thomas are too
They're
close.
gonna run this game if they don't go soon.
Some people are saying they already are running the game.
They are.
I don't like that. That's my priority personally.
That's Shakira's my number one priority.
I kind of lean toward Thomas, but Shakira's just as well because that will hurt him.
And I heard, and I don't know how true this is, Patrick told me, and it's Patrick, so like I take everything he says with a little bit of a grain of salt, although I do trust him, that there's a straight guy target thing happening.
Again?
Yeah, again, don't know if that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Very well could not be, but
I'm never comfortable in those situations though because I feel like I, for some reason, never count as a girl. I'm not even, I wish I was joking, but like I'm always the last of the girls.
yeah,
You know, I'm never part of that for some reason.
yeah. I want to work with you,
Okay.
and I don't have a lot of connections right now, to where I'm kind of open to what you're thinking.
And that's why I'm telling people that I am interested in working with who are like, Brody. I'm like, Brody, what? Who does he have? You put yourself in a corner. Everyone's willing to see you go. And so I'm telling people, like, you are available. You can be bought. And I feel like...
And I'm a shield.
And that's what I'm saying to people. No,
Well,
but
it is what it is.
it is what it is. And so I'm trying to sort of float out there to people that I like, of like, he does not need to go. And I'm telling them to make them feel better. He doesn't need to make it far. But he is worth keeping right now because his threat level is drastically decreased.
Yeah.
Like, you hurt yourself pretty badly by making enemies and very few friends.
Agreed. I think this house is about to get
run over by one person or two people. I think two people are about to take control of this thing.
Who is that?
I think it's Shakira.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think she has not talked to me today. She has not looked at me today. Anytime I explain myself, she shoots down my explanation and walks away mad. I think she was very close with Maddie. And
Gotcha.
I get the frustration in that sense.
Yeah.
I am sticking with you and Abrielle first.
Okay.
I told both of you that yesterday.
Yeah.
I still like Thomas, but I think he's wanting to work with. I think he doesn't want to work with Shakira, but I think he's working with Shakira.
Yeah.
Fair.
Let me ask you this. Where are you at with Christian? Do you want to work with Christian, or do you feel like you just can't really trust him within the game?
I trust him this far.
Okay.
I think we both need each other to an extent,
Yeah.
but I don't think he has my best interests in mind.
Okay.
And I think he's very good at the game.
Yeah.
And I think he is playing into this I'm a ditzy idiot role, which we all know isn't true. But
I've seen him do this before where he's
but
really...
it works.
Yeah,
It
where he's
does
like very nice in the beginning and then at the end he's like, you know.
Like, sorry, put me in the next like that. We're the same player. Like, we don't have a different game. But right now, Christian's not a threat at all, and he's going to make it very far.
Yeah.
And that's the dangerous part.
Yeah.
So, why, do you trust him?
Thus far, I don't have any reason not to.
That's where I'm at.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thus far, he has not been a threat to me yet.
I wanted to, first off, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I've been wanting to work with you so fucking much, like, forever. So, listen, I trust you completely. Like, literally, you gave me a seed. Like, I'm in your fucking corner. Like, you got me, like, hardcore right now. I think you're my number one. So,
no, because, like, I didn't want to take the chance of you going home.
I knew people like Dylan were going to vote for Gavin to stay. So I was like, I'm not going to campaign to him. But he asked me for a one-on-one. And then one time I talked to him last night, this is what he said. He said Brody talked to him and said, Brody said he wants to target people who's not deserving to be on Allstars. And I'm telling you this in confidence. I'm telling you this in confidence.
Did you say I shouldn't have been on Allstars?
Dylan said, here's how, Dylan was like, here's how I perceive it. Abrielle, Lily, Meredith, and Brady. Those are and Maddie, I think. And Maddie went. But I think it's, Dylan said that to put more fucking target on Brody. But he said your name, and I was like, I don't like that. I love Lily. I love Meredith. I love Abrielle. I love Brandon. You don't touch those guys. You don't fucking touch them. So, and I didn't want to...
Literally was talking to Lily and Meredith about it when you came to get me, and I was like, we'll talk about this.
No, like
Because that's ballsy.
I want you to make sure that you... Like, if I hear something about you, I'm going to let you know.
No, and same to you.
Like, I thought that was bullshit.
So, I didn't want to talk to you just because there is a possibility that I put you up. Okay. I'm not promising that I'm not, and I'm not saying that I absolutely am just because I don't really know. And it's not because I'm targeting you. It's not because I don't like you. It's not because I don't want to work with you. In the chaos of last night, it was, you were one of the people that I talked the least to.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so, like, I don't want to piss you off, and, like, I don't want to blindside you with it. Like, that's where I'm at. But it's not just, like...
So, I guess my question is, the rumor that at least we had kind of heard before that you'd be nominating Brody, is that not happening now?
I heard from Brody that he thought it was going up, so I figured Jessica was going
told
to go
me
that route.
she's not doing it because she doesn't want him to go up.
Like, I haven't talked... Jessica said we would talk, like, just before nominations to see where we're at, so I'm like... but, like, I'm not... Brody's the obvious choice, and, like, I could put up Brody, but also, like, I'm not scared about Brody, like...
I'm not personally either.
I think Brody's gonna be someone that everyone's always looking at.
I think so too. I feel like that if Jessica doesn't nominate him, it might be the easiest way for you to not get blood on your hands, in a sense. And, like, obviously, I'm gonna say that as well because I'm in the hot seat in a sense. But yeah, I don't know. That's just where I was at with it.
Okay.
Abrielle told me she's gonna think about nominating me. You only tell that to a person you're going to nominate. And she's the rose, which means I don't get a seed. This is a shit fucking show. God damn it. I don't know how to play off of this, especially if Brody doesn't get nominated. It might be better for me because he is a shield and people are going to use him as a shield. I just hope there's someone there that I can pitch against, and hopefully, even more, I can uproot myself. And I will campaign hard as fuck for this uproot.
Can you believe how fast the house gave Brody power last night?
No. That's what I said when I was voting. I was like, who the fuck?
Are they new? I thought this was supposed to be Allstars.
Why is Brody's name at the top of the freaking pyramid? And you know what? Shout out to Brody.
Shut up!
Yeah. I would not be surprised if Brody was nominated.
Right.
Because of the antics.
I think that lines are already starting to be drawn.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the two people that I was like kind of pitted against last night were Thomas and Brody.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do that, but that was just what circumstance
You fell into.
And I think Brody understands why I did it. I don't think Thomas is quite as forgiving. Out of everyone here, I'm trying to think. I think you might be the person I trust the most. I'm not saying that you have to say that, reciprocate that, but I think that you're the only one up there last night who was like understanding what was going on.
Yeah.
And kind of like with the season 4, I don't trust the season 4 people. I saw the game that Dylan played when we played our season. Love Dylan to death. He's not trustworthy.
No.
Ava is the one that tipped Thomas off that I was going for him. So Ava, I love Ava as well, but I can't trust her either.
Yeah.
So I'm done with season 4. I need to start making out other alliances, and I don't know who that's going to be with. But all I want you to know is that I have your back because you're like the life raft that I'm holding on to.
Well, and I have yours. And I'm good. There is a whisper going around that you have seeds.
I know. I need to dispel that because
because you might go up.
I was pretty positive that he was going to fly trap me, and so what I did is I gave.
Did he tell you that, or was that like?
I just assumed because we were the one kind of going directly at each other.
Okay.
But me and Brody are fine now. I think we're like in a good spot.
But Brody like respects good game,
right?
So I mean,
the thing about my seeds that happened is that I was so sure that I gave 2 to you, 1 to Dylan, 1 to Gavin. So the one that Gavin got burned. I have 0 seeds right now. I'm hoping you and Dylan give me my seeds back.
Do I have yours?
You have 2 of mine.
Oh, yeah, I know
because I was sure that I was going home.
I was on the block, and I felt like there are some people that like stopped talking to me after a certain while, and like I would come to them and be like, "Hey, do you want to talk?" And they'd be like, "No, 1 second." I feel like you were one of those people. I feel like I didn't get to talk to you at the end of last night. I felt like I was pushed away. So
What conversation specifically?
like four times in like half an hour, you were legitimately right here.
Oh yeah,
and
I remember.
You were saying, "Hey, I can't talk right now." I legitimately am just trying to pick up the pieces. You can join this conversation because you're listening. So I talked to people last night who actually entertained me.
Yeah.
I talked to Abrielle, who entertained me last night. Lily, Meredith, Brandon, even Brady as a nominee entertained me last night. I didn't push for Claire because she was going to lose a vote. We were okay, but we didn't talk. But you were one of the people who I legitimately felt good with, but I immediately caught bad vibes when you were not wanting to talk to me.
Whenever people who are on the block are in those conversations, it's never a productive conversation.
Right. No, I understand that. I understand that. But there were multiple other times. Like, there was big groups, but there were multiple other times where it was like you and one other person, and I couldn't join.
I just want to say
That's
real quick,
okay.
they're waiting for you to go up to. I think Abrielle's heading there right now, you're headed there right now.
Okay. I appreciate you being honest, and that's why I wanted to talk to you this morning, because I kind of got the sense that you were maybe disappointed that we didn't get to talk as much as we did. But it was mostly because, and I know it's really too early to probably be saying this, but it's also about our individual game, and I felt like the nomination / fly trap thing also had direct implications on potentially me. I was also feeling potentially targeted myself. If a season 4 person got voted out, aka Gavin, who went, then that someone said that Brody would then be going after someone of a similar caliber, which to me means another winner. I don't know if you've ever heard that scenario at all.
No one talked to me about flight trap.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry.
I went to the votes not knowing who to really vote for because I was safe 5 minutes before.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah.
No one really talks to me.
Yeah, and I know how like isolating that can feel, and I'm very sorry.
No, look,
It was definitely not my intention to make you feel that way, and it was, but obviously like intention is different than impact. So I just wanted to like touch bases and like apologize for that.
and look, I'm done being the type of person that's just like gonna not address stuff like this.
Yeah.
Because if we can work together, I want to be transparent to see if we can, right? I'm not gonna ride the middle, so I want to move forward.
Same.
Like,
yeah.
I don't want that to affect anything. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's so early that like that can be left in the past, and we can move forward and continue to like hopefully try to continue to pick up your pieces and like.
The two list of names I heard were that of the three going up were Brody, Patrick, and Christian, or Brody, Patrick, and Dylan. Are the two groups I heard.
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate that is.
So for me, I'll confirm with y'all that is what I've been saying, is that I don't want to put up Brody because that's obvious. Knowing Brody as a player, he is going to maneuver and get out of it and flip the script on us.
Well,
so
I don't think he would flip the script. Like, if
But
anything,
I
he
also
would just
think
waste
it's-
his seeds.
Right. I also think it's inevitable, but that's how I feel.
I don't think it would hurt anything to put Brody up. I think there's
It's even that. Brody's expecting it, and Brody wouldn't be mad about it,
and
which is why I thought
But I
about
do
it.
think there's a strong possibility that Brody will go up and not go home, not from him convincing people, but because people are looking at the other noms.
And so that's a good feel. Thank you for saying that, because that's what I really want to know. Because like I said, I do think it's inevitable that Brody's up there because of how everybody feels and how obvious it was.
Yeah.
But if everybody was like, we want Brody to go up and we're voting him out, to me that is like a whole story that he can maneuver and flip. So if that's the case, then
The beat I'm getting is that Brody, if he goes up, would probably get some votes, but I don't know that he would go home.
I don't think he would go home because my thing is there's like two people that I really just haven't talked to as much. Like out of the 16 left between last night, like I didn't see Patrick very much, and I didn't see Dylan very much.
Right.
So I talked to them and I said, I'm telling you, you're in this pool. It's not because I'm gunning for you. It's because we haven't really talked that much, and it's round 2.
And I think people are more interested in those than Brody.
And nobody was mad about either of them. There is also this
And-
rumor about Dylan's talking about certain people that don't deserve to be in All-Stars. So he's kind of pissed some people off.
And to me, like Dylan, I knew I was coming in with
And
a
I'm
clean
one of
slate.
them. He said that I was one of the people that didn't deserve it to be in All-Stars.
Yeah. So let me put this out, like, just so that we can think of something going forward, is that I prefer the combo, not Christian. I hate Christian when he gets bug-eyed. I can't take it. So
I was gonna say
I like Brody. I can't take it. I can't emotionally take it right now. It's too early.
The difference in the two groups I heard was Christian or Dylan. Christian is gonna put his foot in his mouth at some point.
Yes.
Yeah. And
So I
then-
feel so that's what I'm thinking.
I feel kind of similar to Christian as I do to Brody. Like, Brody's a threat, and like people are gonna have eyes on him right now, but like nobody wants. Like, people are pissed at him for last night or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he's got the capital to be a bigger threat, but people are always gonna have their eyes on him. Christian is gonna like fuck up at some point, and it's gonna be obvious.
Okay.
So does that mean
y'all are doing
Brody,
Patrick,
Dylan?
I would prefer that. And let me say that
You
I
can
am
pick who
close.
you want.
I'm close with Patrick. Like, Patrick has confided in me, so I wouldn't want to put him up.
I think there are about to be two sides in this house. This nomination is going to create two sides, I think. I think you can side with the Thomas and Shakira side, and I think Ava's in that group. Or you can side with what I think is going to be the larger side, but the more at-risk side as well. Because Thomas or Shakira is going to win the game the way this is going.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing that happened in season 3. We all said, look around, everyone knows Thomas and Shakira are the threats, and they let them get to the end because they're good at it.
Yeah.
It's happening again, and I'm not. If you're with them, that's fine.
I have not made loyalties with anyone.
I'm not coming after you. I don't want to lock something in because if I get too close with you, then we're automatically paired.
Yeah.
And I think we both know that.
Yeah.
I am not coming after you at any point. I will tell you if I hear your name
Is anyone coming after me?
I have not heard your name once.
This is more serious for me than anything else in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Just like emotion-wise, that like, I swear to God, if you fuck me over.
Claire, I'm not doing that. Yeah, no. I'm not. Look, I'm gonna be upfront, and I'm not fucking you over. If the votes aren't there for you at some point, and I happen to be in, don't think that's gonna be the case given how this game is going. But I am going to do everything I can to help you because I'm not gonna do that to you. It's not worth it. Same reason I didn't fly trap you last night.
Yeah.
Love you.
I am putting you up. But I don't. You're going to be next to 2 great targets. So you should be fine. And this is me telling you because, like, Jessica doesn't want to put you up. And I was like, I don't really want to put Patrick up either. But Jessica wanted my other choice.
Okay, well then, I know this is kind of like, can she put me up just so I can get a seed?
That's what I talked to. Like, I asked her about that. I said, well, like,
because I would just like to get a seat.
Would you want the seat? She was like, I would just feel really bad putting him up in general. Like, being the one to put him up.
I can go talk to her. But only if you're comfortable putting up that other person.
I told her I didn't care, but, like, we're about to do noms. Because I ran that by her, and she was like, I really would just prefer not to, like, be the one to put him up. Like, that kind of thing.
I'll go ask.
And
Because I was like, I can't do too more of that. Okay, well, as long as you hear that, I hear you.
Do you want to switch?
One of the seed hunts included a target competition, and I will be revealing who each person targeted, and it will be very shady and placed onto the wall.
Ooh, shady.
The first is Brandon's target, and he has targeted Brody.
Right.
Good call. Can you pick a more obvious target?
The second is Thomas's target. Dun, dun, dun. And he has targeted Christian. What? I did not see that coming.
So that's what you want to talk to.
You want to chat?
We have a lot to talk about.
The third and final target is Ross's target, and he has targeted Dylan.
What?
This is crazy. It's so crazy.
Oh no.
Okay, now without further ado, my sunflower, please stand. Thank you, Jessica.
Please grow to the sky.
Yes. You will nominate first. Please nominate 2 players.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Thank you for letting me into the highest round that I've ever been in. Great. It is feeling real in the seeds, okay? No. So I have 2 to nominate with giving a seed to each nomination. The 2 people that I am nominating are people that I honestly didn't want to, but, you know, are in this momentum that we've created this round. So without further ado, my 2 nominees will be Mr. Brody and I love Mr. Patrick.
Clearly not that much.
Hey. I'm giving him a seat.
Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Rose, please stand up. Grandmama.
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 It is a new day. She's a new woman.
And a reminder, our third nominee will not receive any seats.
Yes, I've talked to this person already. They know this is not a surprise. In the chaos of last night with 18 people, I simply did not see them as much. And that's pretty much all this is about. So, I'm sorry.
All right. It is time to move on to the auction. Thank you so much.
Oh,